made it possible for me to be here. I am so honored and so happy. I would like to just say a few words. I am from Silver Linings. My name is Preeti Monga. I believe that disability it's just a way of life. It just happens, it can happen to anyone at any point of time. And there's disability, but ability is always there, right up front. Given the right kind of attitude, counseling, training, education, encouragement, and opportunity, I think a person or anyone with a disability can become a productive contributor to this globe. And let me tell you a little bit about myself. I was discovered blind when I was 6 years old. I have lived my life without eyesight, but with a lot of insight. It happened, I was thrown out of school when I was 13. At 18, I was told that I could not become a performing artist. I was thrown out of my first job after just 2 days of joining. I wanted to get married. Nobody was ready to marry me. But when I ultimately did get married, I ended up, the next day I found it was the worst ever decision taken. I struggled, and before I could realize what happened, I was a mother of 2 children. I was responsible for 2 children. I had to do something. And that's when I started fighting for dignity. I had 2 roles. One, to finish my life and end up everything. The other was to live with dignity and to give my children and myself a good, dignified life where I would be a contributor. From there, my journey started. I struggled and I forced my way into becoming an aerobic instructor. I was the only blind aerobic instructor at that part of the world. This was in 1987. I've never looked back. Of course, the struggles have been very hard. After that, I joined an organization for blind as their computer instructor, as their counselor, English teacher, and from there, because the money that was earned, I was earning was very, very little, so I started selling pickles. I used to go door to door, selling pickles from home to home, people to people, and that won me a job of marketing and sales manager. From there I was taken up by another organization, and in fact, when I was at the marketing company, they asked me to put in money, invest into it, to become a partner in the company, but I was done out of it. They took my money, but they did not give me anything, so that was another fall down. Then I worked as a fundraiser and a public relations person with another organization called Katha. From there, I was taken to an eye hospital, the oldest eye hospital in India, Dr. Shroff's Charity Eye Hospital, as their public relations person, and as their counselor. I'm a trauma, and then I was the trauma counselor there, helping people with disabilities who at the hospital came face to face with disability, helping them out of their trauma, their families, settling them. In the process, I wrote my own autobiography. I wanted to reach out to people. I became a person that wanted to tell everybody that there is a way for every person with disability. I was totally blind, but yet there was a lot I found that I could give. I launched Silver Linings to work for mainstreaming, creating awareness, and changing attitudes. And now Silver Linings is focusedly working on inclusive employment, because education, training is there. What about the employment? So we are working for the employment of the disabled in the corporate sector, and for funding my organization, for funding my development work, I launched a business 3 years ago. It's called Silver Lining Synergies. We are into various services to the corporate sector, and through the earnings of Silver Lining Synergies, I fund my developmental work, and I hope to make it into a huge movement with all your support, and I appeal that all of you please partner, collaborate with Silver Linings so that we can take this vision as far as possible into every home, into every heart. I have visited about 300 corporates personally over the last 3 years, and in doing so, I see the change of attitude, because I'm meeting all the decision makers in corporates, the senior people, to change their attitudes. And today companies like Microsoft have hired through us, through my hiring services. They have hired a blind person who is drawing a handsome salary and was working with software development. And we've also, La Passage to India has also recruited a blind person. And on their own, they have asked me to bring such candidates who have disabilities. And I'm very, very happy today to be able to share these little successes. But there's a long way to go. And I appeal to each one of you to be a part of Silver Linings and be with us. Your blessings, your guidance, your support, collaborations, and thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to come here. And I wish VCare and Noor a wonderful, wonderful success ahead. Thank you.